Alright tubes, got this for the emergency fire that's coming. May as well do an unboxing video. I reckon it will run a household pump as well as a bore pump, which is really what we want. So if they cut the power off, we can continue to keep sprinkler systems and whatnot going around the house. So let's unbox this box and get the generator out and put some oil in it. Tape's off, open her up, look inside. I've got about, this is what I put in my cars. I've got a bit under 3 litres of oil there. Got this instruction manual, plastic to protect it, got some tools. That's actually handy. The deep reaches. Well, in my idea here that I've got, it's another Honda clone. I'm guessing. Oh yeah, hang on. Check oil level. Hang on. Pull out. Yep. Make sure you got the oil. Make sure your fuel's on. All this stuff. Don't run ethanol. I run premium. All that is premium. I do not run ethanol. No. Anyway, 2 hands for this, so I'm going to lift it out the box and go from there. Nothing else inside the box. The engine kinda doesn't resemble too much of that. It's had some differences. There's a ground wire there. Must be if it floods or anything, you can. Oh no, you back that screw off, and fuel will come out of there, so you can actually direct fuel somewhere else if you needed to. How much oil? It doesn't say how much oil. Obviously, I don't believe it holds that 3 litres I've got over there should be enough for this. This got a pole here. Oh, that would probably be a spike. There you go. And that there, ground wire, which means this goes there, and you stick this in the ground. This is good. This is definitely what you need. You just belt that with a hammer. Yep. 12 volt out. Righto, I'm going to go put this oil in. What's this down the bottom? It's got no oil in it really, so I can tilt it. Turn it around, hang on. Low oil switch, I'd say. I'm going to start this and run it once I put the oil in. Give it a bit of use first. Then, well, let it run for a few minutes with no load. That's questionable too, because I've actually heard people say it's not good for all the electrics to run. There's your fuel switch. So you fuel on, that'd be your choke there. Flick your engine on, Eco switch mode. Oh yeah. Eco off, Eco switch, Eco mode. Oh yeah. If I flick this in the up here, well, there won't be any Eco. I'll be running pumps, or at least one pump will be running on this. 15 amp. 15 amp, folks. Both plugs are capable of 15 amps. Stuff me. 15 amps. What? Righto. Oh, shit. Bloody get the oil in there and fire it up. It's oil on the dipstick. Kind of looks like they ran it back at the shop and probably drained it. I'll give that a wipe, and I'm expecting not to see anything, but that's good. It's had oil in it. Not just assembly lube in the box and go. They've fired this thing up to make sure it's good. Sweet. Bloody thing. Yeah, I know what Ave would say right now if his camera was doing this. Put down in the comments if you follow Ave. You people probably saw this heaps, but I overlooked it. I've put a bit too much in. The oil level is up here a bit more, in this region here. So if it's a bit smoky, I'll bloody back it off, but it's brand new motor, it's going to burn some oil. Work it out. I'm going to run, just go out there, or it's alright here, just want to run this to ground, which, hang on, got all hooked up anyway. This is on the pull start. I've got all the oil and stuff in there, all the fuel, but I might just back him off, back some of that oil off. Do not tip fill. They really don't want you to do that, so middle of the mark. Yeah, I'll have to back some off. One thing I will say, I'm still getting more oil out. The dipstick is not screwed in when you're checking the oil level. See that? So that's how I'm doing it. I'm not screwing it in to check the oil level. If you screw it in, you'd end up getting a lower level, and I don't want that. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. I've just noticed it then. With all these fires, I'm my head's kind of scrambled, so yeah, I'm not usually this clumsy. Oh, right. We'll say this: if you're used to, I've already turned the fuel on. That would be choke on. Clean element every 50 hours, 10 hours under dusty conditions. Wash in high flash point solvent. Squeeze dry. Then dip in clean engine oil and squeeze out excess oil. Economy mode's off. Turn the engine on to the on position. So it's got the oil and everything in there. The earth is in the ground. Don't know if it's in far enough. I kind of can't push it in any further. Start it. Yes, film. quite. Sounds like it's still trying to get some fuel, which is understandable. This is probably its first time, apart from quick test at the factory. After a couple of minutes I'll plug something in, just a light load, and let it run a load for a bit, because when we go out there it's going to have a workout. It's going to be running. Well, I missed the footage, but I threw this heater on, went up to 800. The surging sort of went away, and now it's just sort of loaded up and running. It's happy. Bit hot for bloody heaters, but yeah, it's good. It ran for about 5 minutes before I put that on. I let it run that. Sort of, I want everything to have some time on it before I throw it on a pump, you know. Oh, I will show you whether it will power a pump or not, because you're probably on here looking to see if it'll run that or a fridge, or you know. Oh, going for about 20 minutes now. Obviously that rod, moved it out the way of the exhaust and built it right into the ground, and yeah, it's happy. I'll leave that going for it. I've got a lot of fuel here, so, and I'll fill that up before we head out the farm, or before I head out the farm and bloody try it on the pump. That's a bit of a draw, that's yeah. Test number 2. I reckon it will boil a jug, so I don't know how much power that draws, but might be neighbours. It's up to 53 at the moment. Hasn't been going very long. It's going quite well with the jug. quite a beefy little unit. Folks, I'm really impressed. It echoes a lot in the shed. It's not that bad. But what I have found, as I put time on this engine, the erraticness that it initially had has gone away a bit. Like, even when it was loaded up before, it was still a bit erratic. I'm noticing now that it's not as erratic. It's just sort of, it's starting to settle down, and yeah, it's good. I just wanted to point out that all that nonsense where it was sort of all over the shop, it's settling in, which is good. Been running for over an hour. It's just running so good. Now they say turn the appliance off and unplug it and let it run for a couple of minutes before you shut it down. So that's what it says on the side. I always turn the fuel tap off first. Yeah, quite happy. Now, obviously, still breaking in. That'll just be coming from the breather. That's just a bit of engine oil. It might have been just a little bit too much still, and so it's gonna go. I like that bend. That does help with some of the oil travel, but it's only gonna go there if there's a bit too much oil or whatnot. That's nothing to worry about in my book. The crankcase ventilation is definitely working. Yeah, alright, well, let's run for over an hour. Shit, try it on a pump. Bloody, when it cools down, bloody do just that. Cable tie was added for extra strength, and you're now pulling on this side of that connection. I could come up with something later, but for now that's good. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. Alright folks, this isn't really me running a pump. It ran a 1 horsepower bore pump with a decent head on it. Then we got to try the pump on the house. One thing led to another. Didn't even feel it. This on the side, this Eco. Go to the carby, there's a electronic thing above the throttle. I didn't realise this because I didn't read the instructions. You should probably do that. Eco is virtually, it'll sort of idle, and when it needs load, needs throttle, it'll take it. And if you go to bloody turn that eco mode off, it just goes full noise with the governor. Under load, I did try it. Barely felt that pump, but under load, there's not much difference. There's just a slight bit more acceleration with the eco mode turned off, but the governor still kicks in and gives it what it needs to run most things. And that pump, no dramas. Check the pump. What is it? Make sure that a 2.2 kVA generator will run it. I don't know what the start, there's usually two ratings. You got a start rating and a constant rating. it's like a 2.2 or 2.3 kVA. You might have a start rating of maybe 2.5 to help, but you know, it won't sit there and run that all the time. It'll just sort of help fire something like a air compressor or something up. But I'm not going to try and overload it. Friggin' flawless, this thing. I can't believe how good it is. Yeah, it did what I wanted it to do, and it did it well. We still don't have a verdict with these fires, but the generator, definitely. I could be throwing it back in the car and racing back out there again. So just sort of got in tonight. The roads were closed. I could not return out there. So I've come home. I've cracked a drink open, and tomorrow the roads will be open at 8 AM. I'll get back out there and see what I can do. I don't know. This whole New Year's thing, folks, it's not been a good one this year, so yeah. Anyway, bloody, this is a good generator. It's safe to buy it. Alright, thanks for watching, and catch you later.